I asked the Frenchman if he played video games.
What did he say?
We.
Hello and welcome back to the Daily Weekly podcast.
We'll be sharing our thoughts on a variety of movies and TV shows.
And of course, we'll be discussing the latest entertainment news.
I'm Bradley.
And I'm Jake.
First of all, this is a bit of a different one for us this week.
It is. So we were discussing it last night, and honestly, we've come up with this very late, and a lot later than what we normally do.
Yeah.
But we kind of discussed that, obviously there's a lot of news concerning video games and consoles, which we'll get onto. But we wanted to kind of clarify that we're not just here to talk about TVs and movies. We're here to talk about, video games, any type of entertainment and media, really, that's out there.
Yeah, so far we have only really covered movies and TV shows, but as you can see, starting with this week, we're doing some video game stuff.
Yeah, so, that's pretty much all I have to say on that, yeah.
Yeah. As always, check out the links in the description and make sure to use the hashtag Daily Weekly Podcast to keep the conversation going.
And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share if you're enjoying and you want to see more.
With that out of the way, let's get into it.
You okay? You sound very giggly today.
I'm alright. I don't know. I just I stumbled and then I fell in a ditch, but I'm okay.
Okay, good. Well, I'm keeping that in anyway. So obviously this week we've had the big reveal for the PlayStation 5. We've had the controller revealed whenever that was, a few weeks ago. It's been revealed. There's been some games, and there isn't a release date or price, but that's something I want to get into. What is your estimation for the price of this?
I think it will be more expensive than any previous console.
So I was saying on my live stream last night, twitch.tv/moontomakes, that I'm estimating 450, 500 on release.
Yeah, that's what I think as well.
I think probably in about 6 months to a year when they release the slim version, I'm estimating that'll be between 350 and 400.
Yeah.
But I guess speaking of other versions, there's two, and one of which is something we haven't really seen before from a console.
No, it's all different. It's a completely digital version, no disc drive. So, yeah, that's a big step forward. Or
it really is
it though? Could it be limiting?
I don't think so, because I rarely buy physical games anymore, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I have a PS4. I'm not gonna lie, I bought it for the first Spider-Man game, and what was the other game I bought? Days Gone, which is a really good zombie game and highly underrated. But yeah, I don't know. I never buy physical media in terms of movies, games, anything. Everything I watch is just online, really.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always been more of a physical kind of person.
Oh, really?
Always. I prefer to buy the discs, to actually have something in my hands, have the case.
Oh, God. Yeah. He's a very physical guy, yeah.
And although, as I've got older, I've realised that I prefer digital.
You're not quite as physical in your old age, yeah.
Yes, it takes up a lot of space, and sometimes it's quicker. If it's digital, if it's already on my console, I don't need to change discs. I can go straight into it.
Jesus Christ, we're 5 minutes in. We can't. Oh Christ. Yeah. So, I think it's a good move, and I think it's the way that a lot of consoles will be going. But I don't know. I mean, do you think it'll be cheaper, more expensive, the same price?
in my mind, I would hope that it's cheaper. I can't think
I would.
why it would be the same price, and it shouldn't be more expensive, surely.
No, I agree, and I definitely do think that it will more than likely be maybe like £50 cheaper.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like you were saying to me last night, we'd be surprised if the PS6 even had a disc drive entirely, because it's just where media's headed, right?
Yeah, definitely. Now that it's happened, I can't see disc drives being a thing in the future, especially if the PS6 comes out in 7 years. I really don't think there'll be discs.
No, no, definitely. Um, that's another thing we need to talk about. Like the wait between the PS4 and the PS5 has been quite a while.
Yeah, but then that
But
was also it's the same gap between PS3 and PS4.
oh, was it?
Yeah,
Oh, I can't remember. But I mean, yeah. I was saying to we'll get onto the design in a minute, but I was saying to a friend of mine that God, I hope it comes in black.
oh yeah.
I really do. I do not like the white design in the slightest.
No, I think I don't know if it was an official image or some custom thing, but I did see a picture of the controller all black, so I would assume they would do a
Yeah.
black console. I mean, all the others
Um,
have been black,
yeah.
so
Yeah, definitely. So I guess we should talk about the design a little bit. Obviously, it's very curvy.
it is.
I okay. So when they first revealed it yesterday, I was immediately like, nope, I don't like it. I still don't like it,
Mm.
but I'm a bit more open to liking it now.
Yeah, I was watching it, the live stream event, and I was almost nervous. Like I didn't want to see it in case I didn't
Yeah,
like it.
yeah,
And then when it came up, I was
yeah.
like, okay, that's all right. I like that. Although,
Mm.
as different as it is, when the PS4 was first announced, I didn't like that design because,
See, I loved the PS4 design, especially the initial release of it. I loved how that looked.
I mean, yeah, looking back, it's nice and it's kind of clean cut, whereas the PS3 was also kind of curvy. So now it is kind of,
Yeah,
it's like a mix almost of that kind of curviness and then boxiness kind of.
yeah. Something that I've seen as well is that apparently this thing is absolutely giant. Like, apparently, it's like so. Take the size of like the PS4 Slim,
Yeah.
right? Apparently, it's got. Say you cut that into three pieces. Apparently, it's got another third of that piece on
Oh,
top.
wow.
Apparently it's giant, and I guess one of my issues with the design is that it doesn't look like they've designed it to be able to lay down horizontally.
Yeah, I've seen that. I
Because
think I did see a picture. Again, I don't know if it was an official or like a fan
yeah,
thing where it was on its side, but
I
it didn't
just
look right.
no, and where like the white side panels they kind of indent in the middle. How are you going to lay that down and not have it wobble around constantly?
Yeah.
Because surely that's just going to rock back and forth, unless they include some sort of stand for it to sit on. I don't know.
Oh, that'll be an extra £50.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That'll be the deluxe edition. So
Yeah.
you get a free bit of plastic to rest on. But like I was saying yesterday on stream, is that a lot of people, especially people who don't have a lot of space, what they tend to do is they tend to lay the console on its side, and then they'll put their TV on top of it, right?
Yeah.
So this isn't ideal for that at all because no TV will sit on there without just either just completely falling off or just wobbling constantly. So I don't think they kept that in mind. Maybe.
Uh, yeah, I can see that, but then I'm also thinking, every PlayStation console has had a slim version. They always start
Yeah.
off really big and then they do get smaller. So I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm.
like, they know they can make it smaller, but
Oh
like,
yeah.
no, let's just wait for a couple of years. If sales start to drop, hey, it's a new version. Then it goes back up again.
I mean, yeah, like we were saying is that like me and you like we'll probably just wait for the slim version.
Yeah.
Unless I get a sudden inkling to buy this console when it releases later this year. then, well, there isn't an official release date, but we're presuming by some of the game releases that it's releasing later this
Yeah.
year. Um, but yeah, unless I see something that makes me think, I need that in my life, then I'm not being their release day. I'm just not.
No, no. And like when the PS4 came out, my dad really wanted to get me one for Christmas, and I kept saying, "No, I don't
Yeah.
want it," because I was still in love with my PlayStation 3, and which I
Yeah.
still very, very rarely now. I still go on it for some of the old games that I
Yeah.
can't get anymore. Um,
Yeah.
and then it's like the same with the PS4. Now I'm enjoying it. I'm not ready to move on to the next one yet, so I will.
No.
Like I waited until the PS4 Slim came out to upgrade, so that's what I'll do again.
Yeah.
Wait for the PS5 Slim, then upgrade.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I didn't get my PS4 until about, I think it was the Christmas before
Yeah.
last, because I had no real interest in any of the games on there. You know, I'm a PC gamer, which I guess makes this interesting. You're a console gamer, I'm a PC
Yeah.
gamer. It's kind of it's good two sides of the argument.
It is.
But like I say, like I literally the only reason I got my PS4 initially was for Spider-Man, because you know I'm a big Marvel nerd, and I wanted to play Spider-Man, and it's an incredible game. I'm not sure if it was worth the £300 console just to play it, but it's
Yeah.
But to be fair, I have played a lot of other games on there. Like I was saying, Days Gone, loved that game. What other games have I played? Yes, I've played a lot of other games.
Yeah, you made that investment worth it for yourself.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that at the moment the only game on the PS5 that I'm interested in is the new Spider-Man game, because I don't know, I just don't have much interest in the new Little Big Planet-esque game, which you know we'll get onto. But I don't know, like I'm not interested in owning my fourth copy of GTA 5.
Yeah.
Which why? What?
Because it's a popular game and players flock to it.
It is, but can't they just invest more time and money and effort into actually making a new game? Like, I don't want GTA 5 to be the last GTA for the next decade. You know, I want something new.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. As I've mentioned for further on, but we'll say it now that they have announced that GTA 5 is coming to the PS5, which I mean I'm surprised, but then I'm not, because it is so popular. It's still current, and well, it'll be the first game that I've had on 3 generations of the same console.
Yeah, I mean, I had it on Xbox 360, PS3. I've had it on PS4. I've got it on PC.
Yeah.
And I don't need to own it for a fifth time on PS5. I'm not gonna lie. I've got my fair share of GTAs, to be honest.
Yeah.
The game's great, but it just isn't. I don't know. I feel like it's run its course now. Just give me another GTA in Liberty City, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, like I think the main game has definitely run its course. They can't, unless they're going to make some expansion for it. Apart from GTA Online, it really has. I've played through it a few times, and it's all right the first couple of times. It's a good story, but then that's it. You don't want to play that again if you know, the graphics might be a little better or whatever, but that's not enough to make me play it again.
No, definitely not. And I've always said this about games, is that, you know, if you're playing a game because it has good graphics, you're playing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Like, a game needs to still be enjoyable and have longevity. And don't get me wrong, GTA Online, absolutely. And if they're making it its own individual game separate from GTA 5, then fine, do that. But just keep it new and fresh. But, you know, if you're going to do GTA 6, please do it soon. Because I was having a look at it, and I think the wait between GTA 4 and GTA 5 was about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
3 or 4 years. but GTA 5 came out in 2013.
Yeah.
It's 2020. Like,
see, if GTA Online wasn't a thing, I'm almost, I could say this definitely. If GTA Online wasn't a thing, we would have
yeah.
GTA 6.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's the thing, is that I know loads of people still love GTA Online. I don't really play it anymore, but I've never been a fan that they're just making it all so non-realistic anymore. Like, you've got flying cars and things like that. It's like, I just love and miss just kind of, you play GTA to do like free roam and realistic things. I don't want to, just fly around in a DeLorean that's not a DeLorean because they don't have the rights to use DeLoreans. I just want to.
It's fun though, but yeah, it's not the same game that it was.
No, definitely not. It's definitely a whole different beast now.
Yeah,
and I don't know, but
so I'm almost surprised that GTA Online wasn't its own thing sooner. Like, they've always said it's a separate thing, but I mean, it's on the same. It's the same setting as GTA 5. You have to have GTA 5 to play it. So going forward, if it is separate, then maybe they'll start doing some like really different things. But
I mean, I'd play it if they did a complete, not necessarily overhaul, but an expansion, so that you could go to places like Vice City and Liberty City, and because as much as I love GTA 5, and I do love it, my favourite GTA city is Liberty City, just because I loved being able to do GTA stuff in a New York ripoff, I guess.
Yeah, it was good.
And, yeah, like, the game itself was pretty good, but, I mean, the mods for that game were unparalleled by any other GTA. I'm sorry, but the, I don't know if you ever saw it, was it Carmageddon, where like any little thing that touches a car, it sends it just flinging across the map, and you go outside and there's just hundreds of cars.
I think I have seen that. There's so many that people have done on there, and even with some of the older GTA's, it's just you don't get that now.
No, it's and like even things like cheat codes aren't really a thing.
I remember
anymore.
that. Just finding all these cheats for games and.
Oh, I remember San Andreas as well, like up, down, left, right, LBRB or whatever, and it's so good.
Oh, it's just
but
they don't make it like they used to.
They don't. They really don't. And
so, as we've talked about the design of the console and the controller has already been announced previously, what do you think of the controller?
Mm-hmm. I like the controller. I love the design of the controller. Like I say, it's just the console. I admit though, I love the design of the controller. I don't like the design of the buttons so much. I think they look a bit too plasticky.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how it looks, in my hands, but I don't know.
This podcast is just full of innuendos.
I think it's just a bit too big now.
Yeah.
Like, as I've written here on the notes, does the controller need a diet? And I think so, because I don't know, like each, with the PS4 controller, that was bigger than the PS3. The PS3 was a little different to the PS2, and now this PS5 thing, it's massive.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can tell that he's not an Xbox player.
Oh no,
because
I've been there. I've tried.
I mean, see, I've always preferred the offset analog sticks of the Xbox controllers. I've always loved that. It just feels comfortable. But I don't know. I'm not bothered about the size of the PS5 controller. I don't know.
Yeah, it just reminds me of an Xbox controller, and I don't want that.
Don't worry, next year will be offset joysticks and everything.
See, I don't mind the offset buttons and all that, but I don't like the giant size, and you can't really have one without the other, but yeah. That's all I'll say on that matter.
Yeah. But no, I mean the other accessories, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't pay attention to. The media remote, I couldn't care less for. The headset, I couldn't care less for. And I mean, will they even give you the headset with the PS5?
Probably not.
Like,
it's. I mean,
do you Do you remember the days when consoles used to give you everything? It used to give you like 2 controllers, a
Yeah.
headset, a game, and it'd all be about £300. But now the console itself, and then you have to buy like extremely expensive DualSense controllers, which no doubt are going to be astronomically expensive
Oh
now.
yeah.
Like, I mean, they're going for what, about 50, 60 quid at the moment
Yeah.
for DualShock
I'm
4s?
scared to
And
see what it's going to be.
I mean, yeah, it's, I just don't understand why they feel the need to drastically change the controls every year, because there's only so much you can improve, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's not like
especially when
it's not like the it's not like the response time is bad or anything like that. So
yeah, with
yeah,
the controller, like there, I don't know what you can do to change it up.
no,
Once you
yeah,
kind of get it right, you've got it right.
mm,
Yeah, I don't really
yeah.
know what more you can do.
I mean, but that's the thing, isn't it? Is that obviously at the end of the day, as much as we might want to believe that they're doing this all for us, they're just at the end of the day they're a business that are making money, right?
Yeah,
That's the ultimate goal, and I mean, obviously making new controllers and new headsets apparently does that, but
it does,
I
doesn't it? It's all this fresh look, and it's new, even if it's only
yeah.
slightly different, and people just yeah.
I mean, do you remember the days when PSN used to be free?
Oh
Oh.
yeah, that
And then and everyone used to brag about everyone who played PS3 who didn't play
yeah.
Xbox used to brag about how they had free online and we had to pay for Xbox Live and
Yeah,
oh,
and that was one of my biggest things about staying on PlayStation is that it was free,
mm,
and then no PlayStation Plus, you must
no,
pay to go online. Oh,
oh,
that's
I don't like that because pay for I don't know some Wi-Fi edition or something, but don't force us to have to pay for just being able to use the internet
yeah,
basically to talk to friends and play games because imagine if I mean I guess technically PCs do that. I mean in a way like you have to pay for your internet, but you don't like I don't have to subscribe to Microsoft Online to be able to use Windows. Like
don't give them ideas.
no, no. Oh god, that'll be the next thing.
That will be the next thing. I'm surprised it isn't already.
No.
Gee, but yeah, if you think how much money you have to pay before you can play an online game on
Mm,
Xbox or PlayStation,
yeah.
have to buy the controller. You have to have the game. You got
Mhm.
to pay online. You got to pay for the internet and everything. Just so much. I
Yeah.
just want to play the game.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing is that they need to. I mean, I'm sure they realize that they're creating consoles for people who have the money to use them and pay for them. But
Yeah.
still, it's still not great. And like we were saying, like I think the price of this will easily be in the 400s, if not 500s, for the
Yeah.
base model. The slim version, as per usual, I'm expecting it will probably be cheaper. And then give it another 5 years, and we'll be having PlayStation 5X and PlayStation 5 Pros and
Oh yeah.
whatever.
Oh, I definitely expect a PS5 Pro. That'll be it, won't it?
I don't even know what additions they made to the PS4 Pro. Like,
Well, they said that it was 4K, and
oh,
it wasn't really. Like,
right.
it's like some games on some 4K TVs could look good, but it didn't. You couldn't watch you
Yeah.
couldn't watch a 4K film on there, which is what people wanted.
So
So
it wasn't true 4K, so to speak.
no, it was just very good HD on some select games.
Yeah. I mean, apparently the PS5's actually 4K, which I mean,
It
it's taken
should
them long
be,
enough.
because if it's not, then
Ugh, the outrage they will get.
yeah.
But no, so
Oh.
I guess we've talked about the console a lot. So the games. What's your kind of thoughts on Spider-Man Miles Morales and that little reveal trailer we had?
Well, to be honest, I didn't know what to expect about any of the games.
No.
It just because there wasn't a lot that was revealed. It's a lot of kind of games I've never heard of and probably won't
Yep.
play. But ones like Spider-Man.
Mhm.
I didn't expect it. You said you did. I expected the game soon-ish, but I didn't expect to see anything.
No. I wasn't expecting a trailer or anything this week, or this soon, or even the game within the next year, to be honest. But just in general, I mean, they're bound to make a sequel. But
Oh yeah, yeah,
I was really surprised that they've done Miles Morales. I mean, in the first game, they set it up. You do a couple of training missions with him,
yeah.
but I wasn't expecting a whole game on him this soon. But I guess they're kind of popularizing on the character, obviously with Into the Spider-Verse and
Mm-hmm.
his character being so popular at the moment. But yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of I was a bit shocked by it, but I'm happy with it, and I'm definitely gonna play it. Um, but yeah, I'll tell you what, right? One game that they advertised that I had no interest in the franchise at all, but they kind of like I was a bit shocked when they revealed this. It was the first trailer because I joined the live stream late, right?
Yeah.
And when I joined, they were playing the trailer for Resident Evil, right? The new one.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 8.
Yeah.
And they weren't, I haven't played any Resident Evil games, so I thought it was just like a standard horror game. And for some reason, I absolutely loved that reveal when it came out saying Village, and then
Oh
it
yeah.
was like, okay, it's a game called Village, and then it like switches to the 8. I was like, oh, okay.
It was good, and I did like
I
that
was-
little trailer. So
yeah, and it makes you wonder. Do you think they just create those names to just because I mean, what was that other? What was the last one that they did? And they put the 7 in the name.
honestly, I
Oh
don't
man.
remember.
Oh, I don't know,
Hmm.
but I swear to God, they just make those names so they can put the logos in there,
Yeah, they have.
and then it's like,
It's a technique they've used, and I guess they want to keep doing it because
yeah,
it catches you off guard, and then
that's the thing that I generally shocked me. And even though I won't play the game, I have no interest in the franchise. It got me excited just because it was like, I mean, I'm sure a lot of Resident Evil fans knew what Village was, but for someone like me, it was like, I was just watching it, it was like, Village. I was like, okay, looks like a pretty good horror game. And then suddenly, like 8, I was like,
yeah.
oh, that's what that is. Like, oh, it's good. I like that. Um, anyway, but yeah, so Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Obviously they announced Sackboy: A Big Adventure.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Sackboy is having a big adventure.
why did you say it like that?
I just said it. I just read it off the screen.
You said that in a very I don't even know. But you said it in a way.
Now,
So
yeah, my younger brother who likes he's only 11, and
yeah.
he does enjoy the Little Big Planet games. Admittedly, I do too. I love the second one.
do
I had a lot of fun playing that.
So do I used to love them, especially just messing around, being creative and exploring people's worlds.
Yeah.
Like I remember being at a friend's house way back when it was on the PS3, and like we used to download maps like a Titanic map and having to survive that and run to the other end of the
yeah.
ship, and like, I have great memories from it. Although I think I had an issue with my PlayStation 3 version.
Oh,
Because I always remember I could never get onto other people's worlds, and the option was always blacked out for me.
oh.
And I was always really confused, but I don't know.
To be honest, that kind of a lot of people did like the creative side of it, but that didn't really interest me.
Yeah.
I liked the little
No?
missions, and yeah. I thought Little Big Planet 2 had a great storyline. That was good.
I can't remember the story. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen the trailer for Sackboy: The Big Adventure. So I can't put much input into this because I turned on the live stream after that trailer had aired. But I mean, give me a rundown. Like what kind of went on in that trailer?
To be honest, I'll give you a little bit of background information. They basically cancelled the Little Big Planet franchise. They didn't outright say it, but they kind of said, "Yeah, we're not really going to make anymore." So the trailer started off with this kind of costumed like character, and like, oh, we don't know what this is. They're kind of just walking down this road, and then he kind of unzips himself, and it's a little sack boy, and he pops out, and then the music changes, and he starts running, and it's like, oh, I know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
So then it just showed a little playthrough of some of the levels and with other players and things. So it's not Little Big Planet 4, but it kind of is, at least from what we've seen so far.
Yeah. Right, so they're doing that thing of, oh yeah, we did stick to our world. We haven't made Little Big Planet 4. We've just made another game that happens to look exactly like
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So there was
Brilliant.
that.
So I guess another game that I was quite surprised I was excited for was Horizon Forbidden West. Now, I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn. I've heard it's pretty good, but I don't know, watching this trailer, it got me really excited for it. I thought it looked really nice.
I think I missed that trailer. I have no recollection of that at all. But
I think it was quite late into it, and but yeah, I don't know. I thought it looks pretty good. Like I say, I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn, but from what I've heard, it's pretty damn good.
So they didn't reveal too much, and I didn't expect that. I didn't know what to expect. But they did announce that the top 100 most popular PS4 games will be available on the PS5 at launch. So whether that's like a digital version or if you can use the disc, they're not really clear on that yet. But at least there's some crossover.
I'd assume, I'd assume it'd be, per version. If you have the digital download on your PlayStation account, you can use it on the digital version or the disc version, or if you have the if you have the physical version, I'm sure you can use your discs. But because didn't the PS4 didn't that have backwards compatibility at launch?
It kind of did.
Right.
Because the PS3, you could literally put a PlayStation 1 or 2 game straight in the PS3 and it would load up.
Yeah.
Whereas the PS4, I don't think it took the discs. You could get some download versions, but it was like a subscription service, so I don't think it was a straightforward kind of backwards compatibility thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Good for them that they're actually doing this, because if I wanted to play Spider-Man on PS5 rather than PS4, I will. But
yeah,
I think if I end up buying this, just to kind of backtrack a little bit, I think if I end up buying it, I'm going to sell my PS4 for it, because I don't need both. And if it can play PS4 games, then I don't need my PS4, really, do I?
No, that's very true. I've had every PlayStation console. Well, I didn't personally. It was either my dad's, and I've played it as I was growing up.
Yeah.
And then the day came when they were having a clear out, and it was gone. And I was quite sad because we had them all. I was like, oh, this is so cool. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And now I don't.
My first ever experience with gaming was on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
my dad won it. My dad won it in a raffle at a Christmas do at work, and like that chance of him winning in a raffle.
Yeah,
that's what kind of I wouldn't be into games as much as I am now. I wouldn't be live streaming every day. I wouldn't be passionate about video games and things like that. And I wouldn't have. I'd be a lot richer without them.
Yeah.
But it's that thing is that as much as we can sit here slating PlayStation for the curvy internet router with envelopes on the side design, it's what got us and a lot of people in our generation kind of started with gaming, and I have fond memories of playing the Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original game, on PS2, and the Revenge of the Sith game, and all the Lego games.
Yeah.
And in case you can tell, I liked Star Wars as a kid.
Yes.
But
whereas I did not, as we found out previously.
No. But yeah, no, I've been even though I went through my phase of Xbox, because it felt like, I don't know, it feels like it's kind of gone a bit back and forth, right? Everyone loved the PS2, but no one really talks much about the original Xbox much. Then everyone kind of thought, oh yeah, Xbox 360, oh that's like the place to be. And now no one likes the Xbox One and everyone plays PS4.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just kind of gone back. I mean,
Oh, don't worry,
yeah,
PlayStation. I've been with you since day one.
yeah. Um, what's the new Xbox called? I can't think of what's
I
called.
I don't know. Like they come up with some crazy names. I think. Like
Haven't they yet again called it like the Xbox One
I
something?
think so. Like I
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, it just looks like a bin, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
It's it's just a it's just a little rectangular tower. It's like, how are these consoles getting just bigger and bigger? Like every other piece of technology is getting smaller and smaller, while consoles are slowly just getting humongous. I mean, I give it 20 years, you'll have to buy an entire server room to store them.
Yeah, and that reminds me because the PlayStation 2 Slim was really slim. I
Yeah,
don't know if you had that one
I
but it was
can't remember.
so small.
Yeah, I can't remember. I mean, I know I had a silver one. That's all I can remember. It
Yeah,
was
yeah, I think that was. Oh, I don't know. Well, they did both in silver, but I had a PS2 Slim, and that was silver, and it was so tiny, so thin. I'd never seen a games console that size.
what's that? I'm googling this now. I think I did. Yeah, I must have. Yeah, yeah. Oh
Mm.
god, the memory card slots and everything. Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. You had to put the little memory card in. What, like 8 megabytes for
yeah.
50 games?
I, I remember like that used to be like a lot back in the day as well. We used to be like
Yeah.
excited about that. Oh,
Oh, jeez. Now look at the things. It just keeps getting bigger.
it does. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely had the slim. I'm looking at the regular one now. Yeah, I 100% had the slim. Um,
Yeah.
God, yeah, that was tiny, wasn't it? Especially compared to the
Mm.
original. God damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember how satisfying it was pushing that PlayStation button and seeing the lid for the disc tray just flip up. It was the most satisfying little like.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I loved it. Um, see, because I had that, and then the Nintendo Wii came out.
Yeah.
And then we got that, bowling and all of that, of course.
Ah.
I mean,
I like the golf.
yeah,
I
I
was good
loved
at
it.
golf.
I wouldn't say I was good at it, but I liked it. And when the Wii Fit came out and they released all the skateboarding games for that, and
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've got to give it to Nintendo. The Wii Fit was a pretty ingenious kind of console because it was kind of
Mm.
encouraging exercise as well, and all of that. And most of the games were very sport based. Like there were very few that you just kind of sit down and like play a game. He was up and about playing it a lot.
Yeah, it combined exercise with video games and made it fun.
Yeah, and exercise has never been the same since for me.
Yeah.
Um,
No, all the fun's been taken out of it.
yeah, but yeah. So do we think digital gaming is kind of the future of games?
Yeah, I do think that is the future. Like it's already been a thing. It's been around for a while now, but
Yeah.
it's definitely heading more towards that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's very much so just where things are headed. I mean, look at movies and stuff. I mean, most of us just watch our like daily TV on Netflix and Disney Plus,
Yeah.
and I can't imagine games are going in any other way from that. So
Yeah, that's it. Goodbye discs.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, even now, like, remember when people used to buy DVDs, and now no one buys DVDs? I mean,
Yeah.
it's either Blu-ray or Netflix, pretty much.
Yeah. And like
But
even now, I used to buy a lot of Blu-rays. The
no,
amount I buy is a lot less now because
yeah,
I just go, oh yeah, it's on Netflix. That's fine.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like we're just not in that kind of era of our life anymore where we need kind of physical media. And I mean, like, as much as we meme it, like like I remember when I was a kid going around my nan's house watching Mr. Blobby on VHS, and
Yeah. God,
ah,
those days.
those traumatizing memories of Mr. Blobby. Um, but yeah, it's definitely in my opinion, going in a direction of just entirely digital media. To be honest,
Yeah, that is the way forward, isn't it?
it really is. So the big question: will we buy it?
Yes,
Yes, but not for another year or so until the slim, cheaper version comes out.
exactly that.
Because I don't think either of us want to spend £500 on a console.
No, I do not. And in case the design improves, then I want to be able to have more of a choice instead of
Yeah,
buying one and selling or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a question that's not actually in here. What do you think the kind of average sort of game price will be? Because I remember when the
Ooh.
PS5 and when the PS4 and the Xbox One came out, and they kind of, games used to be like a brand new release was about 35, 40 quid, right?
Yeah.
Now you're lucky if you can get a brand new release on release day for less than, I'd say, £60. Like
That's the
games,
price, isn't it? It keeps going up.
games are so expensive nowadays, and like I
Oh.
never pre-order games anymore. Like I mean, I rarely did anyway because I have been disappointed in the past. Just Cause 4.
Oh.
Oh god, it's so bad.
Oh
Um,
dear.
but yeah. So what do you think the kind of sort of say a brand new game comes out? Let's say hypothetically, and I guess wishful thinking. Let's say GTA 6 comes out. What do you think the base price would be for that on the PS5 on release day?
Oh. Mm. Yeah, it won't be less than £60, will it? But then by the time
No,
the game comes out, could it be? I don't want to say £75. I
I don't
hope.
know.
Jeez.
I don't want to say it, but I really fear that might be the case. I really do.
But
Um,
if that's the thing, if we're going, there's a digital and like a disc version of the console. Are they
yeah.
going to make the digital game cheaper? Because
I'd
it
I'd hope so.
I mean they should. But in the past, I've seen digital games are sometimes the same price as the disc version, which I don't know if you've seen
Yeah,
that, but
yeah,
currently on the PlayStation Store, their own kind of
yeah,
store, like there are
yeah. Funny that.
like
Yeah.
and GTA 5 as a prime example that game came out
Oh,
2013 and
it's never gone cheap.
no,
Never.
I think it might be on sale right now, but its base price, I think even on the digital
Yeah.
version on their store was about 60 quid.
I still think on Steam, I think it's still like base price is £40.
Mm,
Like what that game? Like all games tend to go down in price over time, right?
but not that one.
GTA 5 never has,
No.
and I just I mean, I remember like back in 2013, we were in school. I like the weekend after it came out because I remember it came out on the Tuesday, and I remember everyone at school was talking about it and how
Yeah.
good it was,
Yeah.
and I didn't get it until the Saturday because I remember all week I was begging my parents to buy it for me,
Yeah.
and they were a bit apprehensive about spending £40 on a game, but I mean, I can't blame them now. I mean, now we're earning our own money and stuff. I probably wouldn't pay 40 quid for a brand new GTA.
No, I
But
remember I got it. It's just been my 13th birthday, and I was like, "Oh, I really
yeah.
want this." And then my dad said, like, "Oh no, I'm not getting you that." And of course he did. Wow.
Wow. It's that the classic parent move of, oh no, you're not getting that.
And then it turns out they
Uh,
do.
I mean, call me, a hard nut, but I was playing GTA San Andreas when I was 7 years old. All right.
Oh yeah, me too. Oh dear.
Oh no, but it was so good. I just enjoyed the free roam aspect. Like as boring as it sounds, I just liked driving around.
Yeah.
That's all I'd ever do.
Back when I was that young, I didn't know what I had to do for the missions or whatever. It was just
No.
fun to explore this open world.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm still like that in games now. Like, if a
Yeah.
game has an open world, believe me, I will spend about, I don't know, like 20 hours just walking around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we kind of went off topic there about buying it. Yeah, we're gonna basically both wait for the slim version.
Yeah.
I think I might be on the slim version on its release day though, because I've
Mm.
never been on console release day hype.
I've never bought a console for myself yet. So
Have you? I mean, I bought my PS4 for myself technically,
yeah.
but
But
that's Yes, story for another day. That sounds like I stole it. I didn't steal it. But yeah. So, is there anything else you want to mention about the PlayStation 5?
I think that pretty much covers what we think so far. Once we hear more news, then I'm sure we'll talk about it again.
Yeah, definitely. I guess to summarize, game's good. Release a black version, and we'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we've been doing lately, our little intermission, just to remind you that if you are enjoying the video, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and participate in any polls that might appear. I guess I'm tasking you, Bradley, because you do all the polls. Will you be buying the PS5 as a poll? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. Yeah, as always, be sure to use our hashtag #DailyWeeklyPodcast on Instagram, Twitter, wherever hashtags are a trendy thing to do, I guess. Yeah, do that.
That was beautifully put, Jake. Well done.
I have a way with words.
You
me.
do. It went so smoothly.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, now it's gone off track. Yeah.
And I come in to break it up, and I continue to do so.
Anyway, on to the general discussion points for this week. Salute as always.
Did you just salute?
I did do that.
Of course you did.
It wasn't as kind of grand as the one I accidentally. Well, I didn't actually do it, but the one I did last week. I just kind of sort of did the quick little 2-finger sort of. That sounds weird. You know what I mean? The quick little salute.
Yeah. I got that.
All right, brilliant. So we touched on GTA 5. No news on GTA 6.
No.
I don't know why I even bothered mentioning that. Oh, Christ.
But we do have some news on a potential Afterlife Christmas special.
Yeah. I mean,
what do you think about that?
First of all, is that literal? The news is that there could be a Afterlife Christmas special. Is that literal? There is. Was there any details?
I'll just check now.
We neither of us have read this article, have we?
No. Apparently, Ricky Gervais is in talks with Netflix for a festive episode, and
I'm surprised.
He's meeting bosses later this month.
I'm very surprised that they're doing this, right? Because you never get this with streaming shows. You get it with like the BBC and stuff. Obviously, they do Christmas specials of the classic Mrs. Brown's Boys, which is long overdue to end, in my opinion.
They only do Christmas episodes now, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah, they don't do regular series anymore. Just Christmas and New Year. So they're on their way out.
Because I know they always do the they do like a 2-part festive special, don't they? Over Christmas and New Year. I don't know if it needs it. Not gonna lie. I mean, not sound judgmental, but it'll just be him being depressed on Christmas, really, won't it?
I think you spoiled the plot on that one.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. We've discussed Afterlife Season 2, and it's been confirmed for a Season 3. So, yeah, it's coming Christmas, apparently. Maybe.
See, I like Christmas specials when TV shows do them, and I wish more did do them, but yeah. I feel like
I enjoy them.
If we see a Christmas kind of with his in this show, it's kind of like it would be. I know it is a one-off thing, but it is kind of on its own, and it just breaks it up a bit. I don't know.
Did you ever finish Afterlife Season 2? Because I swear when we did our review, you hadn't finished it.
I did finish it later, soon after. I did shed a tear or two.
Oh, was it when David Bradley's character passed?
Yeah, it was.
No. Oh. But do you see what I mean, though? By it just ends in the same place it starts, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's nothing happened really, apart from David Bradley's dad passing away. I don't know. I mean, I'll watch Season 3. I mean, I kind of need to, right? We started it. We need to.
We'll see it through till the end.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah.
Yes.
But that's pretty much it. Afterlife is returning for Season 3, and it might be getting a Christmas special. Hey,
Hooray! Now, here we are again for I don't know how many weeks in a row we've done this.
I think it's been about 4 or 5 weeks
I
now.
think so. We have more Batwoman news.
This is advancing a little bit by little bit every week now.
It actually is.
What was it initially? It was
It was,
Did we talk about the Bruce Wayne thing to begin with?
I think we mentioned it just after the whole Ruby Rose leaving, and then we mentioned Bruce Wayne, and yeah. So check out previous episodes to see what else we've been talking about Batwoman related.
That was a very good plug. So I guess this is kind of the biggest bit of news since they've announced that she's leaving. Is that obviously last week we talked about they're apparently just replacing Kate Kane entirely with this new character, Ryan Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they're eyeing up Riverdale star Vanessa Morgan.
Ooh.
And, I mean, I haven't watched Riverdale. I'm sure she's a fine actress. That's all I have to say on the matter.
Yeah. Apparently Morgan is scheduled to do a screen test for the role with other members of the cast to see how she performs, and yeah, so fingers crossed for her, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's I wouldn't have a problem with it. I didn't know who else they've cast. I didn't have any kind of casting hopes at all. I just kind of just wanted to see what they do. Really, to be honest, I didn't really have any anticipations for it.
Yes, so that's your little news that Vanessa Morgan is being eyed to replace Ruby Rose in Batwoman. Tune in next week when we talk about probably more Batwoman news.
Yeah, who knows what will be next week? Who knows? These are something else crazy and exciting, I'm sure. So, as per the last few weeks, I'm guessing your Star Wars progress hasn't progressed.
Oh boy, are you wrong?
Am I?
You are.
Oh, how's it going?
Well, you're not majorly wrong. I have progressed slightly. I've watched a handful more episodes of the Clone Wars TV series, which I'm really enjoying. It's
really good.
Like, it's nice and it's easy to watch, and
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And on the PlayStation recently, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the latest version, obviously, was made for free.
It was.
So I got that, and I've been playing some of that, and I am liking it.
I was gonna get onto that for my media recommendation, but we'll get onto that because not because of that, but just in general, I've been playing that a lot lately, and I've been loving it so much.
It's just fun.
I love the game anyway, but I'm not gonna lie. I think it was on Wednesday when we were originally gonna record this. After I did some work for some other bits, I started up a game of Capital Supremacy. I was in there for 3 hours.
Oh my!
One game.
3 hours.
It was it was so good though. But anyway, we'll go on to that. I was going to ask, have you? You did say that you'd watched the Clone Wars movie, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so at the beginning when they're on that crystal planet and Ahsoka first comes and meets them.
Yeah.
One thing I will say for you is I don't know how far along you are, but Clone Wars Season 1, Episode 16, I think, is actually set before the movie.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm not there yet.
For the first, I think, 2 or 3 seasons, there's some episodes that are set before others, and there is a kind of chronological list, but if I was you, I'd just watch it in release order.
Yeah, okay. Oh.
Because there's I don't know if you've seen the episode Rookies, where...
Yes, I've watched that one.
Oh, it's one of my favourites. It's so good.
It is a good one.
As a kid, I love it. But they those characters pop up again in I think it's season 3 or 4, and they show like how they were trained and why they were sent there, and how new they are to it and stuff. It's really good. But there's a lot of kind of prequel stuff without. Not Star Wars prequel, but I mean like stuff set before.
Yeah.
Without kind of telling you that it's set before.
Oh, all right.
So, like I was saying, like with the Clone Wars movie, when Ahsoka just comes into this battle that you only see the back half of, you see the entire thing of that. in
Oh,
episode 16,
that's cool.
and yeah, it's good. Um, so yeah, that was just a bit of a thing, but yeah. Our media recommendations, as I said, mine is Star Wars Battlefront 2 because I've been playing a lot of that recently on PC, and I don't know if you know, but this game had a very rough start. A very rough start.
I did not know.
Well, all I need to say really is that it's EA, right?
Oh, I'm familiar with
uh,
that.
at the beginning of this game's life, they tried to monetize it very heavily,
Oh,
and essentially, it was the most pay-to-win thing. Like you literally had to pay to unlock crates to get hero cards, so you could play as overpowered heroes.
yeah.
And luckily, they got rid of that, and the game is a lot better now. But they've finished updating it now, which is why it's free.
No,
They've completed the game. And there's still no damn Ahsoka skin, and I'm really annoyed about it. I want to play as Ahsoka.
Oh, yeah, that surprised me. She's like such a main character and a very well-known and liked one, so why not?
Yeah.
Missed opportunity, that was.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, apparently the modding community is very kind of heavy in the game, but I mean, I haven't really dove into that, and it's primarily a kind of PC thing.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is an incredibly fun game. It's incredibly annoying if you're just starting out, right? And you die a lot.
Yeah,
because
which
the
I have
match
been.
the matchmaking isn't great. Like you'll be matched with like someone who's got a max level with max power upgrades, Darth Vader, who is literally unstoppable at the moment.
Yeah, I've played against a couple of them.
Yeah, and you'll just be your little level 1 clone trooper running around.
Yay, that's me.
All right. This is a question, right? Do you prefer playing as like clones and stormtroopers, or do you prefer playing as like the humans?
So far I've been trying to play as many as I can. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because like it doesn't really make a difference, right? Because you still got different classes and stuff, which
I don't know. I guess by default I'd go for like the clone troopers and stormtroopers, but I've been just playing a variety so far.
Yeah. No, I just love playing as clones and stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels so good.
It does.
It feels like you're fully in that war. You got all the cool armor
exactly.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But here's a question: what class do you play as?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
Right.
Off the top of my head, I don't remember that, but I'm sure by next week I'll let you know.
Yeah. For anyone who might be interested, I main officer because I like just going around headshotting people with a pistol. So
I think I have played as that one.
Yeah. I mean, there's only four to play from, so you probably have.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm so new and I'm trying to take in a lot of information at once. But I have played it.
What? Huh?
I have played it now, so hooray.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite game mode? If you can remember them.
Ewok Hunt's pretty fun.
Yeah.
that one's the most memorable right now. It was the last one I played.
Have you played Starfighter Assault?
I'm gonna say yes.
It's the one where you're in the spaceships, Bradley, and you're flying them and going pew pew.
All right, maybe not.
Well, yeah, that's pretty good. It's not really like played heavily by people. The main one, which is the one I've been playing lately, is Supremacy, which is it's basically it's 2 teams of 20, and it's like capture the flag on the ground, and then if you lose that, then the enemy boards your ship, and you have to protect your ship.
That's the one I've been playing, I think. Yeah.
And then if you manage to defend it, then you go back to the ground, capture it again. That's why I was in the game for 3 hours the other day.
Yeah.
I mean, I managed to level up my officer like 5 levels.
There you go, progress.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it is incredibly fun. So that was a very long way of saying my media recommendation: Star Wars Battlefront 2.
And I had no idea you were going to say that because that is actually my recommendation for this week.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So there we are.
like I said, I haven't been playing it because it's been free or anything on PlayStation because I don't play on PlayStation.
Mm.
But yeah, I've just been playing it lately just because I don't know. I've been in an incredibly Star Warsy mood at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, I've been watching a lot of Rebels and yeah, I've just been watching a lot of Star Wars stuff to be honest. So I think that pretty much wraps it up for the general discussion points.
It does. At
Yeah.
ease, soldier. I assume.
Yes. I didn't salute that time actually. I didn't.
Oh,
I actively made myself not do it.
well.
So
Yes.
yes. Brilliant.
It's now time for the
It
moment
is.
I'm sure you've all been waiting for.
I certainly have.
I have. Because we're in
Yeah.
for a treat this week.
Are we?
Yes. And let's get
Oh,
into
God,
it, shall we?
Anyway, yes. Sorry, it's the not yet titled news.
Do. Oh, God.
Sorry, I just need to introduce it so I can put the titles in there somewhere. You know. Um. So, yeah, I've just read this title.
Mm.
Okay. Who's reading it this week?
Why didn't you do it? If
Sure. I'm not putting on any weird accent.
That's fine. You're excused.
Armed police call out to catch a tiger sculpture in Kent.
Dun dun
So-
dun.
Yeah. So armed officers scrambled to locate a rogue tiger on the loose in Kent. Were relieved to find a 20-year-old sculpture made from chicken wire and resin. Wow, brilliant. Imagine that.
Oh,
Wow.
dear. They were called to the village of Underriver near. Are these even places?
I think so.
Underriver near Igtham.
It sounds like something out of Mordor, doesn't
does.
it? Like it sounds like something out of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, so these armed police
Seven
officers were
Oaks.
called to the village of Underriver near Igtham Moat, Sevenoaks, on Saturday morning following reports of a dangerous wild cat on the prowl.
I mean, if not, how was it meant to be on the prowl if people would have just seen it just sitting there? And I mean, who was in the middle of a forest? I mean, it looks like a forest. I'm assuming it's a forest and not just a park. But yeah, I mean, did no one really realise that that's not a tiger? It is a tiger. It's not a real tiger.
And
But-
it's been there for 20 years.
Oh my god.
No one noticed it before?
I feel sorry for the artists that made it.
Oh, well, a good job for making it look realistic. I mean, the picture. Maybe from a distance.
Look at. You know art's good when it looks realistic from a distance. Yeah.
If I was just walking my dog through the forest and I see that thing, that I'd be scared. So like, oh, what's that? I better call the armed police.
His eyes are a bit wonky, aren't they? No, his right eye looks like really high up his face.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Huh.
Boo. Bad sculpt.
That's sculpting. Oh.
How dare they?
Oh.
So, apparently it was made more than 20 years ago, sitting in woods behind Juliet Simpson's house. No, sorry, I thought you were going to continue with that.
This is not going well today. I don't know.
It really isn't.
I don't know what's going on.
No.
I've lost it now. Where are you?
It's right under the picture.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Okay. Right. The operation came to light when her granddaughter, Martha Simpson, tweeted pictures of the armed response team posting with the savage beast.
It says posing, not posting.
But yes.
Yeah. 10 armed police in a helicopter. Jesus Christ. Wow.
Wow.
It's incredible.
That's quite the response.
Oh my god.
There's more of them?
The shock in your voice.
I didn't expect
You
that.
sounded terrified. There's more of them?
Oh dear.
Yeah. No, I think that's an actual tiger who stopped Hampshire cricket ground. Oh, he stopped play. He didn't stop the cricket. The cricket ground wasn't on the run, and the tiger stopped him. Detective Tiger. Oh my god. We're making weirder and weirder characters every week.
Detective Tiger. No luck catching them cricket grounds then.
Oh,
God.
oh, that's going on the new channel. What?
Oh dear.
Oh my god. He's the cousin of Tony the Tiger from the Frosties commercials.
Oh my god. It turns out that this other tiger was just a giant soft toy.
Oh,
Oh,
brilliant.
look at that. People put.
If that's the picture of the actual tiger, then that does look pretty realistic. To be fair,
I had one just like that actually.
did you?
I did many years ago. I loved it. It wasn't massive, but it was quite big for like a. I guess it was a small tiger in terms of scale, but it was quite big for what it was, and it looked just like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. Maybe it was yours all along, and when you got rid of it, that's where it ended up on in Hedge End.
Well, that's not too far away, actually.
It's not. Let's not dox our location to anyone who doesn't know us, but yeah, it's not too far away from us.
Yeah.
That is an incredibly realistic looking toy, though. Like, if I saw that, I genuinely would think that was a real tiger, especially from a distance.
Yeah, not like that other one we've seen somewhere else.
No.
I think that pretty much wraps up this week's story.
It always feels like we need to have some sort of like ultimate conclusion, but that's pretty much it. There was a sculpture of a tiger. That's pretty much moral of the story. But yeah, I mean, I guess with that, we will we'll wrap it up here. So, thank you for listening to us waffle on for an hour or so. As always, we do greatly appreciate it. We
Yeah, there's been a lot of waffling. Speaking of waffling, as I continue to waffle, believe it or not, I actually had waffles for lunch.
For lunch?
Yeah.
Really?
Anyway,
I don't know why that was such a shock that I said that. What?
Anyway, don't forget to.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I did.
Yeah, go
Don't
on.
forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to tune in next week as well, and keep the conversation going using the hashtag Daily Weekly Podcast. Follow the Twitter, the Instagram. Check us out.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And yeah.
Farewell.
Keep waffling, kiddies.
What was that?